Hi everyone, my name is Lucy Hinksman and I am a learning disability champion for Easy Read and a member of Pembrokeshire People First. I wanted to talk to you about my COVID experience. After avoiding COVID for the past 2 years, it finally caught up with me in March this year. As I went through a 10-day isolation period, I wanted to share my experience to hopefully remove some of the anxiety that comes with it. I have learned it's important not to compare yourself to others. Everyone is different. I went on a coach trip with James. I then had a message from Track and Trace to say I was in contact with someone positive with COVID. Because of this, I did a lateral flow test. When I got home, it was negative, but the following day I woke up with a sore throat and a bad head. I did another test, but that was positive for COVID. I then started my isolation period at home. James had tested positive at the same time. If you have COVID, it's important to remember you can still socialise online with friends, family and groups you attend. If you feel well enough, you can still work and attend online meetings. At the time I tested positive, self-isolation orders were still in place, but you could leave isolation if you tested negative on day 5 and day 6, but no early release for me. It was overwhelming on the first day. The shock, lots of messages, ended up on a 45-minute phone call with NHS Track and Trace to trace my contacts. Talking to the NHS was quite straightforward. Living in a flat on my own would have made the situation more difficult, but I was very lucky to have James staying with me. Isolating together made it a lot easier. For 5 days, I felt really unwell and unable to work. Altogether, I realised that my symptoms were mild, a bit like having a heavy cold or flu. At the end of day 10, I was still testing positive, which was really frustrating. While in isolation, I tried to distract myself by watching the latest movies on Netflix and Disney Plus and did some drawing. I definitely recommend making a call to friends, family or anyone you feel comfortable with. Talking to them will help you feel less alone. Now that my isolation is over, I appreciate being able to go back to work and going out and about again, and most importantly, meeting friends. Having COVID meant that it was quite isolating, but it is only for a short time and the isolation period forces you to actually rest and recover quickly. Thank you for listening.